Now, as I'm doing this video, I see on the screen in NIO it's up 1.7%, Leoro it's up 3.88%, Xpeng up 4.2%, Rivian down 1.9%, Lucid down 2%, Zika it's up 1.3%, and last but not least, Tesla it's up 1.7%. Now, it is good to see at least NIO on a green today, because yesterday it finished on a red. Companies like Xpeng are doing so well because yesterday it finished up 5%. But one of the things that is making a lot of the investors to like Xpeng is because of the insurance registrations, their deliveries that they have been producing, which is resulting, or which is exciting the investors. So NIO, on the other hand, the reason why it has been slow in terms of gains is, of course, the deliveries that they have been also been producing, as they have not been that satisfactory when we look into the what investors expected. And it is for that reason that some of the investors want to see when NIO could be before they put in the money, which it will be very important that, of course, NIO can quickly improve on their delivery so that investors can come flocking in. I mean, one of the things that we know is that 2024 NIO did exceptionally well in terms of deliveries, because they managed to sell over 221,000 vehicles, which that was good. That was exciting to see, especially in Q4, where we saw NIO delivering over 70,000 vehicles for the entire quarter, with December being the month, or the all-time high delivery month for NIO, as they went over 30,000 deliveries. Now, the reason why I'm talking about, I'm taking you back to the 2024 deliveries, is that when it comes to the market share that NIO had in 2024, the figures just came in, and as soon as you notice that, compare to BEV sales for BMW, Mercedes, and Porsche from January to December, NIO had over 200,000 sales, whilst BMW, Mercedes, and Porsche had 145,000, or almost 146,000 combined. Which this shows you that, of course, NIO is doing exceptionally well in the vehicles over 300,000 RMB, because these are the direct competitor of NIO. Yes, you can talk about the others below this, or below 300,000 RMB. There are other car companies that are doing well, but when you talk about cars over 300,000 RMB, NIO is doing exceptionally well in their market, and it shows you the kind of dominance that NIO has on the market. I mean, though this does not include all the other car brands that are within this bracket, this just shows and solidifies that NIO has got a very strong, good dominance on pure electric vehicle market in China of cars over 300,000 RMB, which is something that is good. I mean, you will notice that the BMW had 100,424, Audi had 21,855, Mercedes had 21,654, and Porsche had 1,968. These are sales in China that these companies generated last year, and to see again NIO having over 200,000, it is something that is very, very good. 3 days ago, I think we're discussing the good news of China, or of the NIO CEO coming and saying that in one of the cities, 5-tier city, NIO has outsold all the BBA cars, right? In terms of ownership, total ownership of luxury cars, NIO is having 800, whilst the number for Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Audi, it's less than 800 in that city, which shows you that NIO is doing exceptionally well in some of the cities in China, which this is good news to investors. This shows you that the performance that NIO is actually putting, it is so great as compared to other premium brands in its segment. Now, when you have a look at the actual transaction, I mean, you will know that, yes, of course, NIO's main brand models cars are over 300,000 RMB in general. In fact, the cheapest car, I think it's 85 mid-sedan, 85 touring, they start at around 298,000 RMB. But we know that some people will get discounts when they are buying these cars. But when you look at the actual transaction, there is a figure that, as seen on the screen, you notice that when we look at the actual transactions made, NIO had 131,418 vehicles, which the actual transaction was over 300,000 RMB. Then we've got Li Auto, which had just 11,000. Xpeng had 22,231. These are pure EVs, guys, right? And we've got Zika with 36,358, and Which one is this last one? I can't see clearly, but it has got 49,633. Mercedes pure EV, it had 13,278, and BMW had 15,092. These were the actual transactions, and once again here we see it clearly that NIO is dominating. NIO is doing exceptionally well, which is something that is good news to investors, good news to those that are investing onto NIO, to say that look, over 50% of the total sales that NIO generated, the actual transaction was actually over 300,000 RMB, which is great, which is exciting. And this shows us or tells us that even with the discounts, NIO is still doing very, very well, which again, this is good news. This tells us why the progress that NIO is currently making when it comes to the sales that they are generating on a month to month in China. I mean, like I said in their segment, NIO is a company that is doing exceptionally well, and we must always remember this before we start comparing NIO with XPeng, before we start comparing NIO with Xiaomi, NIO with Onvo. NIO is a top tier brand, and therefore the prices of their cars cannot be afforded by just anyone. We should always have that at the back of our mind. Otherwise, with all that, just thought I'd give you this quick updates. Like this video, subscribe. Don't subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I will see you on my next video. That's all from me, and God bless you all.